Hello everyone, welcome to today's video. So today we're going to be doing a what's new at the drugstore full face, and we're also going to be seeing at the end of the day how it wore throughout the day. So if you guys want to see what's new at the drugstore and you guys like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, hit that bell notification button, and make sure that you click all, and let's jump into this. So I went to CVS and I found this new brand and it's called Joah. It's Joah. Not really sure how to say it, but everything was at a decent price, so I was pretty surprised about that. So I'm going to be starting off by priming my face. This is the Joah Glow Activator Radiance Primer. These, I guess the products are inspired by K-Beauty because that's what it says on the bottle. This feels really heavy. It looks like it's a glass bottle, so it feels expensive. So this has a pump, so I'm just going to pump a little bit on the back of my hand. And this is more of a gel-like consistency. So my skin feels really, really soft. Like super, super soft. So I don't really notice a glow at all. This looks about the same. I don't know if it would pick up on camera, but there's a little bit of shimmer to it. But it feels very silicone-y and almost gel, like a silicone/gel. It felt really good over the skin. It's definitely blurred my pores. I have to really zoom in to see them. So I'm going to take some time to let that sink into my skin. And I'm just going to go into this e.l.f. Ultra Precise Brow Pencil in the shade Neutral Brown. So there is a spoolie on the end, and the tip of it is just like the Anastasia Beverly Hills. It's very, very tiny. I don't even know if that's picking up on camera. After using that primer, my hands feel very weird to where I put it on, so you may want to put it on with a brush in case you don't want that really weird silicone-y feeling on your hands. It felt weird touching everything. So the color looks really, really nice. It is a neutral brown, even on my skin tone. I definitely had to press a little bit harder than what I usually do to really make the product work. It is a hard product, but the spoolie worked nice. I was able to run it through my brows and make sure everything was well blended. I don't know if it will replace my absolute favorite, but if I am in a pinch and I don't want to be spending $11, then I could always go for this, and it's closer to get. The only thing that I really wish is that they actually had a ash brown kind of color. So I'm gonna go into concealer. Every single thing with the Joah packaging is super, super freaking cute. Like absolutely cute. By the way, that's my AC. If you hear it, I'm like right near it. So this is the Joah Truly Yours Full Coverage Concealer. This is what the packaging looks like. I'm in the shade Natural Ivory. Now, the shades were really weird because Porcelain looked darker than this, and this one's Natural Ivory, so I picked up this one. As you guys know, I do not wear foundation. I am allergic, and I do not like caking on foundation on my face, so I did not pick up any sort of foundation. So it comes in this little squeezy tube. It has just like a little tip at the bottom. I'm going to apply some on the back of my hand. And that's what the color looks like. I don't have a damp beauty blender, but I'm going to go and wet it with my matte setting spray because they didn't say what the kind of finish it is. So the concealer feels really, really thick. I would compare this to the Tarte Macadamia. It's in the squeezy tube like this. It's as thick as that because that one I know for sure was very thick. So I'm just going to go ahead and spray this, and now we blend. So the shade is very, very nice. It is almost a perfect match to my skin tone. Alright, now we're baking our face at 350 degrees. And I'm going to be hopping into this eyeshadow palette. This is the Joah Birthday Suit palette in the shade Bear. So I'm going to go ahead and insert swatches right now. Starting with the darkest brown, we have Birkin, 3 Money, Nights Out, Rose, Baby Doll, and last but not least, Bubbly. So this is what the palette looks like. Hello. This kind of reminds me of the Naked Petites or the Naked Basics. So these shadows are creamy and buttery and silky smooth. They feel so luxurious for only like $10. But there is no matte shade except for this color. So I'm going to go into just I'm going to go into this shade right here and just use it as a quick little transition color. I'm going to put the darkest shade Birkin. I'm going to put that on my outer V. So there is kickback when I do tap it on the side. Okay, so I really had no issues blending out that color. You will be tapping off these shadows for days because there is a lot of powder to be kicked off whenever you tap the brush. So I'm going to go into the e.l.f. Rose Gold No Budge Shadow Stick. I'm going to put that on the inner portion of my lid and kind of use it as a base for the other colors. Oh, it's just like a pointed tip. And that is a swatch of it. So that went on pretty darn good, and it's a very beautiful rose gold. I didn't have any trouble putting it on my lid either. So I'm going to go into rose right here, and I'm just going to take that on my finger and put that right on top of the rose gold base that we put on. And I'm going into Baby Doll and putting that where the darker half meets the lighter half and kind of marrying the two. Next, I'm going to take Bubbly and put that on the very inner portion of my eye. This palette is very cohesive. Everything works together. I just wish there was like another transition shade. I wish maybe they made Baby Doll a transition shade for paler skin people and not just this really deep dark brown. That was the only thing that I was pretty disappointed about. So while my lash primer is drying, I'm going to go ahead and kick off on my bake. Then I'm going to go into my rose gold eyeliner that I already took off the packaging for, and I'm going to go ahead and put it underneath my waterline. I think that just gives us such a beautiful pop of color. Now they do say to shake it because there are little balls in there to like kind of like nail polish. Isn't it stunning? It just adds like the most beautiful little light to my face. I actually had a mascara to use and I forgot. So I'm going to save this for another video. And I'll let you guys know. I'll update it down in the comments or something. That way you guys know what I think of it. So this isn't new, but I did get a lip liner from LA Colors in the shade Blush. This is in the shade Pink Nude. I have the Joah Infinite Kiss Satin Liquid Lipstick. I also got a matte liquid lipstick in the shade Pink Smoothie. We have the Joah Satin Liquid Lipstick in the shade Bisou. We have LA Girl lip liner in the shade Blushing. We have Joah Water Matte liquid lipstick in the shade Pink Smoothie. I have Joah lip liner in the shade Pink Nude. And for blush and highlight, I picked out the LA Colors Makeup Glow Palette. So I'm taking my favorite blush brush and I'm going into this shade right here. Now you're really going to have to tap that off. And now we blush. That's pigmented. Okay. Alright, we will work with this. Oh my god, I look like a clown. I didn't think it would be that pigmented. Take the brush that I packed on the bake with and kind of go over it to really kind of tone it down because that was just a little too much blush. So now we are blushed. It's looking as how it should. So now we're going to go into the same palette and we're going to go and grab a highlighting shade. So I'm just going to go and dip into this one. This is a $6 palette and I'm blown away on the pigment. Like, oh my gosh. You impressed me, LA Colors. You impressed me. So I'm just going to take a little bit on my finger, like that much, and I'm going to put it on my nose. So I'm going to go ahead and set my face with just a little matte setting spray. I can't get over this highlight. It's amazing. It's beautiful. It just looks like my skin is just glowy. So I'm going in with the LA Girl lip liner in the shade Pink Nude. This lip liner is very creamy. It feels really nice on the lips. There's no tug. There's nothing. It just glides on like a dream. And that's what a lip liner looks like. I like the color. Then I'm going in with the matte liquid lipstick in the shade Pink Smoothie. So it has a doe foot just like Wet n Wild. And it has a chemically smell, nothing unusual. and that is a swatch of it right there. It's very similar to the lip liner, so that would be a really good match. There's something about this color that I really don't like. Give you guys one or two check-ins, and that way you guys will be able to see this makeup in action. It is currently raining outside, so you really will see it in action. Alright guys, so this is what everything looks like in natural lighting. Not a fan of this lip color. It's a little too pink or peachy. It's too something because I really don't like it. Forgot to do a kiss test, so here we go. Nothing. Alright guys, so I've been in the library for about a couple hours, so I am finally going home, so I'm going to go and give like a little check-in. So the concealer is looking really good. It didn't oxidize. It's looking the same color as when I applied it. I definitely don't think it's a full coverage concealer because as you can see, you can definitely see my dark circles and my little, I don't know what they would be, but you can see them. The lipstick still holding up, it just feels very moussey. Not a really big fan of the color. I really wish I got another color. But the inner corner where I put on the rose gold eyeliner is looking good as well. The blush is still there. The highlighter is still looking beautiful. Oh, I'm going to be using this palette. I can already tell you that. I'm going to be using this quite a bit. Eyeshadow, it's looking like eyeshadow. There's nothing to it. So I'm going to go and give you guys a rundown. It is currently 9 o'clock at night, 9:30ish. I am worn out. I want to take this makeup off. I am done and over it. Starting off with the primer. I love the primer. My face did get a little bit oily up in my forehead area and a little bit shiny, but I was okay with that because it didn't feel very slick. It did blur my pores. It made my skin feel very silky and smooth, and I would recommend this. What a Matte Lip Lipstick by Joah, and the Lip Candy Auto Liner by Joah. I've worn this all day. I ate stuff that had sauce in it that would clearly wipe away my makeup, but I do like the formula. The formula reminds me of the Kokie Kissable liquid lipsticks. It's a very velvety kind of lipstick. It does settle into your fine lines, but this might be because the shade is so light. I didn't have any issues applying it. The lip liner is creamy. It glides on like a dream. I would recommend these, and if I can find some better pink shades and pinky nudes, this may be a new go-to. Okay, so for the Joah Birthday Suit eyeshadow palette in the shade Bear, I think that they need more transition shades because all of these are shimmer. Every single one is shimmer. This is the only matte shade. I definitely think they should have incorporated at least one more matte that is mid-tone, maybe turn this into a nice matte. I think that would make everything equal out. That way you can have a nice transition color and then go in with a darker shade. Maybe even make these two matte, that way you can go and have some brow bone action going on, or the inner corner action. I just don't like how they have so many shimmer shades. That is like a big thing for me, especially since I had to go in with something else as my transition shade. Feels so nice, and they feel more high-end than what they are. e.l.f. No Budge Shadow Stick in the shade Rose Gold. I liked how it looked. I did have a little bit of issues blending out the edges, but that's fine because I wound up putting shadow over it anyways. But I like how they have a little sharpener at the end. That's very smart of the company to do that. This is good for a very natural day. If you just want to put something on your lid, very easy, just quickly blend it out before it sets, and I think this would be a beautiful look to wear when you're on the go. This stuff was almost the perfect skin match. The only reason why it got lighter is because I put the translucent powder on top of it. I definitely think I will be using this. I don't think it's full coverage. I'm just gonna throw that out there. It's not full coverage because when I look down, you may not be able to see it, but I can definitely see those darker circles peeking through. You can see it mostly on here. I don't think it's full coverage. I think I might need a little bit of a color corrector to go and get rid of that. Thick, so if you don't like thick concealers, you won't like this. The color stayed the exact same color. There was no oxidation, so there isn't much of a shade range, which really sucks. I really don't like how they jacked up the price. This used to be $2. It was a bit chubbier. It does have a nice tip, just like the Anastasia Beverly Hills. The pigment, it is real. I literally had to go over with my favorite brush. I had to go over the powder with this brush and take a little bit of translucent powder and really go over it, or else I'd be looking a little freaking crazy. It was that pigmented. Can I just say hello, pigment? These highlighters, you guys. I still have my highlighter on. The fact that it was so pigmented when I put it on, and as soon as I set it with my spray, it did kind of dull down, but it did dull it down to a nice, beautiful, natural kind of highlight. My skin looked so naturally highlighted. It was so ridiculous because I was not expecting it. I was expecting a chunky monkey glittery mess on my hands, but LA Colors knows how to do their highlighters. I am so surprised. That is it, you guys. I do hope you enjoyed. I do have some really cool videos for you guys down the road, so just stay tuned for them. I'm going to be doing some more wear tests and a battle of liquid lipsticks. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.